Hey guys, so I was not in a mood to make a video today. Oh my god. My apologies. It's nighttime. I'm getting ready for bed. Oh my god. I've just been what are the transits now? Oh, damn. I think Mars is in Pisces now. Okay. I think Mars is in Pisces. Um yeah, it began its transit in Pisces, and we got Venus in Pisces also. We've got where's oh yeah, Mercury's in Taurus. We've got the full moon in Libra. Damn, tonight, and I'm not surprised that it's actually overcast. Uh, Makes sense. So also kind of a bit uh tiny bit frigid, the air, you know. Man, I need to sleep. Okay, what do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, just remembered. um yeah, so I told y'all to, stay tuned for when Mercury would begin its transit in Taurus, that Three of Pentacles frequency. Uh, Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. So I saw this. I don't know how did I find this out? This whole buzz in the media about Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. Yeah, was that like it? Yeah, what? Thing. Overcast. So I'm sorry guys that I've been yawning this storm up. It was just like sometimes I've got the energy to put out these videos. Sometimes I just feel really nonchalant. Plus I don't like the whole like maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago, even 3 years ago, I would have been more pumped up, to make videos, upload them on social media. Well, I think it's actually, the frequencies that are surrounding me right now. I'm more in that hermitist kind of vibe. Just want to just be to myself and meditate a lot. You feel me? And to just, I don't know, binge watch stuff like, there's this new Jamaican drama that I'm watching, and it's so hilarious, and it's so interesting, so I'm enjoying my time, watching that. What else? I was writing some songs, recording them, doing my own little thing. Yeah. And what else have I been doing? I think for the most part, I've been in my mind, also in my mind, in my own little world, and I think the aspects are, they have a lot to do with that because let me see, uh, Three of Pentacles. Oh, Bumbleclot. Three of Pentacles. Because coming out of that Three of Wands, uh, Three of Wands, into that Three of Pentacles energy. And now we got Mars in Pisces and coming from Aquarius. Damn, I under fucking stand why, I'm in my fucking element. All is this. You feel me? And where's Venus? I get Venus in Pisces. Okay. Not too bad. There's a familiar energy there, familiar, element, familiar polarity right there. It's a trine right there for me. So certain areas of my natal chart are being highlighted because of the aspects that are abounding. So yeah, makes sense. Um, so I have been spending a lot of time in my head. I'm super sensitive to the transits, astrological transits, super sensitive to the, shifting of the moon frequencies. And so I don't like for me, well, they claim I'm bipolar, blah blah blah, and that those attributes and aspects of our lives and our personalities, they are strongly, as a result of our natal aspects, and it is what it is, and our natal charts, they help to form, or life lessons, experiences, and yada yada yada. Everything is everything. Why we keep breaking up, why we keep having toxic relationships, and toxic experiences, blah blah blah. The natal chart. Okay, so we can stop being angry at the world now, even though it's easier said than done. But my God, and there goes the yawn again. So I'm gonna sleep after this. I'm gonna fall asleep after this. I feel so cool and cozy. I just want to sleep right now. But nighttime is so awesome. It's the most peaceful. And I guess I feel like I want to do everything at nighttime. I want to sleep. I want to work. I mean, how do you sleep and work? But well, for example, I can work in my sleep. That's an aspect that I possess. And shit like that. If you understand what I mean. So, but I mean tangible work. Yeah. How can we? How can I do tangible work and sleep? Okay, so I'm gonna do this now, because when I wake up in the morning, I might not feel the energy or the vibe to do this anymore. I might just be on some new shit. Okay, so so about the Rihanna and the ASAP Rocky thing. So what date is it? Okay, I just remember. Okay, so yeah, I already told y'all that ASAP, I literally saw a gossip channel. I don't know the name of it. I don't remember, because it's not one of the more famous ones. They actually used for their title, "It's a Rap," and that is so synchronistic. It's a rap. I mean, that's the title that I actually gave to the to the face of their connection last year, sometime in September, when I did that reading. That she was pregnant before anybody, before the public knew she was pregnant, blah blah blah. And I spoke about the breakup and stuff like that. And now we're hearing stuff about him cheating and blah 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 and stuff like that. And where a lot of women, they go wrong. A lot of women, they go wrong. And before I go on to talk about where a lot of women go wrong, somebody commented under one of those videos. I don't remember which one. And because I actually I blocked the person, and the comment and my response to that person's comment was removed too, which made fucking sense. Duh. And I didn't have a problem, because I was kind of weighing my mind, should I even waste my time and energy and answer this dimwit. I mean, like, um, but it's a free world. Like, if you don't like my content, if you don't like what I talk about, if you don't like how I talk, if you think my voice is annoying, why are you listening? Why are you watching? Like, if I don't listen, there are a lot of celebrities out there. I'm not fond of the celebrity frequency. I'm more appreciative of stars. Stars are people who know how to go with the flow and transcend from celebrity frequency to star frequency. Okay? They get used to, and they allow themselves to get used to that cycle, and then they transcend. There are some people, they come into that celebrity lifestyle and they never leave. They don't ever want to leave because they're obsessed and addicted to the attention. And you find that what happens, they never transcend to star status. You find that they lose their clout, they lose their credibility, they lose their reputation. And we got a lot of them up in the entertainment industry. They won't sit down or do something else, move on to something else. And let other people not let, because you don't let anybody do anything. Allow other people to take their places on the Wheel of Fortune. And some of these people, they even go as far as to do voodoo and sorcery and practice obia and witchcraft to hinder other people, from taking their place on the motherfucking Wheel of Fortune. Oh, it was lightning. Sila, confirmation to what I just said. And then you know what happens to a lot of these people? Some of them, they end up losing their voices. Some of them, all kinds of shit happen to them. And that's to force them out of certain, positions that they're reluctant to leave or to move on from. Okay? Yeah. So, because they be like, okay, they got, astrologers, intuitives, witch doctors, obia men, obia women, who they pay monies to, tell who's coming up next. What's coming in next, in the music industry. Oh, this great, awesome Jamaican musician. Her name is Coincia. She gonna make a grand entrance. And she gonna be on the Wheel of Fortune for 20 years. Her music is gonna be so impactful and powerful. She's gonna be so influential, like none other ever seen from the beginning of time. She's gonna be the only musician to make trillions of dollars through her music alone. Not through a fashion line, not through, collaborations, not through, people writing songs for her to perform, not, with the help of, record labels, all by herself. And that's why she's gonna be so impactful and inspirational. And you be like, damn, that sounds like a great motherfucking bitch. I gotta stop that bitch. Unbeknownst to you, it is all the fuckery you be doing to stop that bitch that made that bitch, or that's gonna make that bitch. You see what I'm trying to say, guys? And so when people get prophecies, don't feel like, when you hear prophecies, don't feel like you can stop them prophecies. Because what's hidden from a lot of these so-called spiritualists is how the fuck the motherfucking prophecy is gonna manifest. Oh, they know the outcome, but they don't know how it gonna happen. And so they cannot see to say, hey, don't do that, because that's what's gonna make her great. You feel what I'm trying to say, guys? So, why the fuck was I talking about it? Oh, yeah, so there's this person who was like, why am I so obsessed? I'm like, why are you so obsessed with me? Because the mere fact that you be like listening to all my videos and watching me man, that subconsciously, automatically tells me that you obsessed with me. You feel what I'm trying to say? And I feel like the blocking route was so beautiful. Well, got a lot of Aquarius in my chart. Aquarius and in Virgo, Aquarius trine, Virgo trine. Like, I'm not gonna like. Yeah, I will consider the telling you my mind, but at the end of the day, nothing, is more satisfying than blocking your ass. I don't know. That just makes me feel so good. But it's my nature, you know. And I'm like, there's so many gossip, vlogs out there, talking this, talking that. Are you gonna go on every one of them and be like, if I put out 100 videos and all of them are, about me talking about Rihanna, that's my fucking business and Spirit's business. You feel what I'm trying to say? You don't try to tell me what to do with my life, what my videos should be about, what the fuck I should talk about. How dare you? You feel me? If you think that I am being toxic in any way, shape, or form, if you feel like we're not on the same frequency, what the fuck you up in my frequency? And so you have people contradicting themselves. I'd be like, yeah, I remember what I was on again. If there's a musician out there who, whose frequencies I don't feel, I'm not feeling their energy, their frequencies, meaning we're not on the same level frequency wise. I'm not listening to their music. I'm telling you, I'm not. Even if I used to, the moment I sense that shift and I realize, maybe realize something, spiritually about you that's just off, I'm done. I'm not listening to your music anymore. I'm not a slave to music. I can write my own songs, and a lot of times I find myself singing over and over my own songs, because for me, my own songs are somewhat an addiction to my own self. It's like they're such a catch. They have that hit quality and nature that, I'm not tired of my own songs. And I get the same feedback from a lot of other people who actually listen to my songs. I'm very much introverted. I don't have friends. And so there's so few people who I come across who I, end up sharing my music with. You feel me? I'm not, a shallow bitch. I've got very thick skin. So, I don't feel any way if you don't think my song is good. Like, we all got different taste. How the fuck am I gonna expect everybody to love my songs? But I love my songs. You feel what I'm trying to say? They make sense to me. They're not just regurgitated garbage coming from someone else, or garbage coming from my ass. Like a lot of these people that be out there putting out garbage. I see people sitting down for weeks writing garbage. I'm like, how do you sit down for weeks and write garbage? I can sit down for a few minutes and write a fucking hit. But that's when you're a gifted songwriter. I'm not tooting my own horn. I give all praise to Spirit for that quality that I possess. That was something I had to pray for, but it was already within me. But I had to ask for it to, be released within me. It was already within me. You feel what I'm trying to say? But I had to pray for the key to unlock it within me so I can release it out into the world. So, back on the Rihanna shit. So, a lot of women, I did this on my motivational YouTube channel. There's a motivational YouTube. I don't know if I want to share it with this channel. Damn, I don't know if I want to share it or I kind of want to keep set up boundaries between the different channels I have. If y'all happen to come across, y'all will know by my face, blah blah blah. I don't know if I want to like no, maybe not. Yeah. And on that channel, I remember advising people, reminding people rather, or informing people, because a lot of people don't be knowing this. We're not here to compete. Life is for living, and sometimes you have to lose to win, like what Fantasia, sang, and it's true, because a lot of people are so competitive. They don't want to, be losers now and winners later. And with that mentality, that competitive, fake facade of a nature, they end up, oh, so you win for a few seconds, but for the rest of your life, you're a motherfucking loser. And so a lot of women, they will know that they're with a douchebag. But I don't know, maybe because they got knocked up and they don't want to feel like they made a bad decision in terms of who they decided to get knocked up by. Or so they claim that's the person who they fucking got knocked up by. If you got bitches be fighting for, men to call them their baby daddies, and they're not even the baby daddy. If you know what I'm trying to say. But for argument's sake, it's like, I'm gonna say he ain't the father of that baby. I'm still gonna say that. And there's so many confirmations that I've been getting from the other day, and I've been seeing all of my prophecies manifesting. Now they're gonna hush up that little thing, yeah, for her image's sake and shit like that. But eventually, whatever is in darkness must burst and come to light. You can't hide the truth. How the fuck you gonna hide the truth? The truth is one thing. You don't try to hide under a bushel, dirt, or what the hell ever. Covers, whatever. You don't hide that under anything. Blanket, whatever. Jacket, whatever. Your ass, whatever. Well, your ass will be grass. Okay? Because eventually the truth is gonna come out. And the longer you hide that shit, is the more, what's that word that just came to mind? It's the more, embarrassing, and that's not the word I was trying to use, but that's sufficient enough. The more, hurtful and, painful and embarrassing it's gonna be. So I don't hide. I try, well, not saying like I put everything out there, but I'm not gonna try to hide anything. If it gets, noticed or seen by people, okay, fine. Because, like, why bother hide something that's inevitably gonna, make its way to the surface, and you waste your energy and you distract your own fucking self when you could be doing other shit about your fucking hiding shit. Once he's a douchebag, he's a douchebag. I already told y'all that, but every man got his weakness. Every woman got her weakness. Every man got a woman who is his weakness, even if he's a homosexual or bisexual. It don't matter. Let me tell you, I'm not lying, and I'm not being disrespectful to the LGBTQ community. It's the truth. I'm not saying some homosexual men they've just not come across the right woman, but I am saying that, if you get what I mean. Everybody got that opposite energy, that opposite polarity energy that is like magnet to them. You are a magnet and I am steel. Okay? Every energy got that opposite polarity energy that is like magnet to them. Okay? That pulls them. No matter how that bitch acts like a bad bitch, she got that ninja who makes her look like a punk, a fool. You feel what I'm trying to say? I'm not kidding. It's the truth. I got experience. I'm a bad bitch, but I got that experience. For some, it may be several, but I'm talking about everybody got some, weakness in the opposite polarity. Okay? And I mean the opposite sex. That's what the fuck I mean. We're talking masculine and feminine. Okay? And like I said, every woman, she got her weakness, her masculine weakness. Okay? And every man got his feminine weakness. Everyone. And femininity and masculinity in this sense is not talking about how their emotions are arrayed or displayed or how they act. It's all about to do with their physical forms, how they were brought into this world. That's what I'm talking about. I don't really want to talk about, how one was born in synchronicity to their psyche, because that may offend some people. But I'm going to just leave that right there for now. I might not even, expound on that on this channel if, spirit don't lead me to. Because if it's, if I'm not led to, it don't make no fucking sense. Okay? So you're wondering why I'm on Rihanna's case. I'm not just on her case. There is a project. There is a mission that I'm on. And when I'm done with this particular mission, I move on to another. But I'm finishing up this work. You feel what I'm trying to say? I'm not all over the place like these other readers. Like, I'm not dissing them. They do what they gotta do because their natal aspects are different. Their purpose is different. My purpose is my purpose. I deal with ish differently. I'm not just somebody out here putting out videos to just make a buck. There's an agenda here. It's not a malicious one. It's not a personal one. Well, maybe kind of. But it's not malicious. I guarantee you that. I don't know if I mentioned on this channel that I had actually traveled into the astral plane. And if I could say if it was the past, present, or future I traveled, I might not be telling the truth because I came into something today, some knowledge today that really had me thinking. I was led to discover something about myself, which I kind of had just stuff before. But I knew I not only travel into the future, but also the past. And the future present and the past present, if you get what I mean. And I discovered something that, I can actually, revisit past lives in my astral travels. But I remember talking to man, it was so surreal. I'm sure I mentioned it on this channel before at some point. I was speaking to primordial beings, some primordial beings. They had the form of human beings, but they were so tall. They were not, fat. Okay, people get offended when you use that word. And the only people who get offended? Fat people. Damn, why does that fucking word exist then? Like, people are now, they're taking the age of Aquarius frequencies for granted, and they're just being too fucking much right now. People don't want you to describe anything anymore. They'll call you skinny, but you can't, use the word fat. Moreover, to call them fat. Like, get a hold of yourselves, okay? Yeah. So, it is a word, an adjective. Yeah, it describes. So I'm using that word. Anybody who feels offended, get over your fucking selves or go get therapy for that shit. So, people are too sensitive nowadays. And if I'm clairsentient, if I'm an empath, if I'm super sensitive, and I be telling some of you that, that's a call for concern. So these primordial beings, they weren't fat. but they were motherfucking tall. I'm gonna say average build. If your mind can conceive what is average, that's how I can describe their form. But they were really motherfucking tall. They were like, man, what? How the fuck you be on this earth and you're so fucking tall? But they were fucking tall. But it's as though, as I'm talking about them now, they had no weight because they were like spirits, but they had a form, kind of like, I don't want to say hologram, because they're like, it's not like I could see through them, if you get what I mean, because that's like a hologram, like transparent and shit. And like we were talking, and like they gave me some files, some file jackets with information and shit. Like we were gonna work, like they were giving me assignments to do. I'm like, damn. I can remember, there's this house next door. I was literally on top of the roof of that house, and they still had to like lower themselves to, I remember two of them distinctively. One was melanated, and one was Caucasian looking. And I remember this one. He really looked like this man from Jamaica. He was a comedian. Bombokla. A lot of these, they're amongst us. Let me just tell you, there's special beings amongst us already, and a lot of people don't know it. Earth angels, spirits, demons. And when I say demons, these aren't really energies. I feel that movement. Okay, thank you. I was just explaining that y'all not as bad as these Christians make y'all out to seem. Okay, that's where I was gonna get at. Okay, but I don't want to talk about that right now in this video. That's not what this video is about. And he looked a lot like that man, but I think that man's dead. I think he's dead. I think he died years ago. But the face that melanated primordial being had is just like that man. The same build, kind of. The only difference was maybe his, the primordial being, when I say his body was, more toned. There was an air of perfection. But of course, the very tall height. I was on top of the next door neighbor's roof, and two of them were actually speaking directly to me, and I was in a direct conversation with. They lowered their faces to me, and they were like handing me a folder of information, and it's like they hired me for a job, a task. So when I come on here, a lot of people are not going to understand why. Listen, when you too much in this 3D realm, the matrix, and you are yet to realize that we're spiritual beings having 3D human experiences, you're not going to understand what the hell I'm doing here. Okay? I don't spread my energies thin. I don't be all over the place. I deal with a particular frequency of issues, and then I move on to something else. I'm not gonna know. So even when people, they come and they comment, oh, talk about this person, do this person. If I'm not led to talk about that person or do that, but I'm not gonna do that. And people gotta understand right now that, listen, though we've got free will, we don't got free will. And I've been speaking in such contradictory ways, making a lot of statements that are somewhat contrary seemingly like paradoxes. But the people who got their third eyes open will conceive. Whosoever will, let them come. I don't have to expound on that. I don't expect everybody to understand what I'm doing here. And that's okay. It's okay. So, I know what's going on. And this is to a life experience for me, a Saturn lesson, learning to trust my intuition, working with both Capricorn and Cancer and Jupiter and Saturn, because Cancer and Capricorn, they are opposites zodiac wise, but Jupiter and Saturn are opposites astrologically wise. Okay? And something, came to me so profoundly today where those two frequencies and energies are concerned. But just know that, everything is everything. I don't have to spoon feed people stuff. You need to learn to think and use your brains. And just remember, things aren't always what they seem. There are witches amongst us casting illusions. I'm a witch. God damn. Am I casting an illusion right now? Maybe. But even if that is so, it's not for a malicious or out of a malicious intention. You got good witches, bad witches, great witches, sad witches. It's the truth. I'm a great witch. I'm good when I need to be, evil when I need to be. Never wicked, because evil shall slay the wicked. Okay? Wicked, that's malicious. Evil, that's with a good intention, or with good intents, in other words. So, evil may come off as wicked when you do not understand where it's coming from. When you do not understand its intentions. And that's why, when we don't understand some things, it's best to leave them alone. That too, I'm still learning. Not perfect. Like I said, we're here learning. We're spiritual beings having 3D human experiences. But I've been learning to, trust my intuition more and more. And like I've been talking to you guys along the way, I've been learning to trust my intuition. I've been learning through, putting out, these prophecies and actually seeing them manifest with my own two eyes. And it's like, how dare I question spirit? It's so obvious that spirit's speaking to me. It's so obvious that spirit's telling the truth because, hey, everything has been manifesting, has been playing out exactly as spirit, revealed to me they would. It's a wrap. Can you imagine? I might screenshot that person's, fuck. I think I removed that from my thing. I think I probably should be able to relocate it. I don't really want to use their thing. But, now I'm going to use... No, but I didn't put it's a wrap for that thumbnail. But, yeah. Man, it's chilly as fuck. I want to sleep. But, what was I saying again? It's a wrap. They actually use that as their title. I'd be like, I wonder if these vloggers or gossip vlogs are watching my videos and stuff. It's possible. It's a wrap. Man, it was so classic. I'm like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, oh my God, how dare you? You actually titled that shit, It's a Wrap? Damn. But, it's just I take that as a synchronicity, like an omen. Yeah, yeah, you were right after all. Um, yeah. But like I said, they're both trying to trap each other. And let me tell you something about karma. Um, you see, before I go on to karma, you see when that woman finds that guy she's weak to. Not every woman, some. And that guy finds that woman he's weak to. Not everyone, some. The low vibrational ones, they're gonna go to the witch doctors. These obeah men and women tie to tie these men to them. You feel what I'm trying to say? Or to tie these women to them, because men be doing these stuff, and people, they think that, oh, only women doing these stuff. Nah, men they be doing these rituals to tie women to them and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm sorry, my mind just kind of like drifted because I want to sleep. But karma, yeah, what I was gonna say about karma. Damn, I'm so long-winded. I've been talking so long and it doesn't seem that way. You see, karma, and that's why, yeah, you do some wrong shit and stuff like that, and you weren't fully aware of the repercussions of your actions, but karma still gets you. And that's how karma is. Yeah, tough bitch, to deal with, but she's always a fair bitch, regardless of whether she's tough or nice. And you might have never given two fucks about them ninjas you dealt with, in your past, but Sila, lightning again. Then you come across that ninja or that bitch who's your weakness. And let me tell you, that's also what karma is. Karma is your weakness. She gon' teach your ass with that weakness of yours. If you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That which, you find really hard to resist, you're gonna get disciplined in that area. Oh yeah. She gonna deal with you. I don't remember where Rihanna's Saturn is. I don't. But I'm guessing she got her 10th house in Capricorn. I'm not sure which deacon. I would understand if she's got it in the second deacon or first or even third. It don't really matter. A lot would make sense to me in regards to what's happening in her life. Yeah. And what has been happening. I've told people people too. Women who were what do you call them? Sugar babies. I'm gonna say like 90 to 99% of the times they eventually become sugar mamas. It's just that cycle. Um, I, I don't even know if it's possible for them to escape, the cycle, get out of that loop of, them having to, reciprocate and play the role of that which, I don't know, gave them life in a sense. Because a lot of them, they, got to prominence or, built their reputations, their legacies off of, for some destroying people's households or interfering with people's households or, relationships or, just playing the mistress, because some of them were never known about, you know. But you find that eventually they become sugar mamas. And, the same happens for men who were sugar babies. Eventually they become sugar daddies. A lot of these men who you see lusting after these young girls, wanting to be there. And not just young girls, could just be a woman his age too. But most of the time, younger girls, younger women. If you do your research, they were sugar babies. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle, a loop that they are, chained to, like the devil's frequency in tarot. Or somewhat chained to. But it's more, the chains are more in a cycle of mental. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. But mental also synchronizes with, psychological. So, yeah. So, it is what it is. Like I said, that's where people get that phrase, opposites attract. Opposites do attract in that sense, in terms of polarities. Oh, so you're a sugar baby, or you're gonna be a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. Okay, so you're masculine or you're male, you've got a weakness who is female or who is male. Who is the opposite gender, opposite polarity. Maybe there's just few of them out there. Maybe there's just fucking one. But there is. Okay? So it is what it is. I mentioned, yeah, there's that video on that Instagram account that I got. Not Instagram account, that YouTube channel. That I saw. I actually, it was actually a future travel. I saw Rihanna. I don't know how far in the future I saw her. How far in the future I astral traveled. I saw her. I told you guys that before. In Jamaica, at a beach in Jamaica. By herself, she looked so pitiful and sad. I told you guys that already. And you know how pitiful and sad she looked when she that incident between her and that guy in the past. I don't want to bring it back, that situation, that altercation. It's not nice. How pitiful she looked after that altercation with that guy in the past. She had that similar demeanor, swimming in the water, very sad, still putting up that facade, that illusion, like, oh, she's okay. But once you can read energies, she's not okay. And I was like, something about her pigment, though. Something about her pigment that was just really off. Her complexion just was really, really, really dark. And that really stood out in that uh travel. I see a lot of stuff in my dreams, in my sleep, because I travel a lot. Not every time. I don't always travel. Sometimes I don't travel at all. Sometimes I don't sleep at night at all. There's sometimes I don't sleep for a whole day. Not night, not day. I stay up the whole day. I stay up the whole night. I just don't sleep. It's not insomnia. I just don't want to sleep. I guess it's a part of being bipolar. I guess I just have a lot of energies and feel so pumped up that I just want to stay up night and day. There are moments I sleep night and day. There are moments I sleep only night. There's some moments I sleep in the daytime and I stay up all night. Okay. So yeah, it kind of study me, shit, shifts a lot for me. And I like it that way because it's not nice or good when people can predict you. It's not good for you. So I like the way in which even, how I surprise my own self. Because like even now, I'm going to do some stuff before I go to sleep. And I might, at the end of the, routines or chores, I might decide, damn, I don't want to sleep after all. Ain't that a bummer? But that's happened, many times before. And so I wouldn't be surprised if that's, how the night turns out, So who knows? Because like it's now 10 p.m. Pretty much night's over once it's 10 p.m. Because we got just 2 hours left, and it's morning, and before you know it, it's sunrise. So if you're not asleep by say 7:38, man, you don't have much of a night left. You literally don't have much of a night left, and it's the truth. Especially during the springtime and the summertime, where the nights, they seem so short in comparison to the autumn and autumn equinox and the winter solstice. Okay, so who knows if I'll sleep tonight. But guys, he did cheat. He has been cheating. And like I said, he's still stuck on Kendall. And if you look at this chick, this designer chick, she don't look that different from Kendall. Like very thin, slim, facial, structure, brunette like Kendall and stuff like that. And they say she's from the same area that he's from in Harlem. And she was working with Rihanna. I wouldn't be surprised if ASAP was the one who introduced her to Rihanna, and it was a plot to get her Sila Bumbleclad here, the puss scream out. Blood clot. Alright, Mr. Puss. It wasn't even a dog. How synchronistic, and that's not the word I want to use. Well, maybe synchronistic, yeah, but how humorous also. No wonder, he got her to work with her, so he could, in some way, shape, or form, be around her. They still got a thing, or they, because I don't know, why did I just say that? Damn, were they together? Why am I getting that vibe? Were they together? Was ASAP and that chick together at some point in his life? Wow, damn. When I heard the news, and they were talking about, where the chick was from. That literally came to my mind just right off the bat, and now it just resurfaced because I wasn't even thinking about the whole thing. Like, I didn't even remember because I was binge watching that Jamaican series, like I mentioned earlier. So she's his ex. Okay. And he got his ex a job working with his new bitch. Okay. So the old bitch met up with the new bitch. Okay. But she ain't the only one. He got, let me tell you, he got his mind on Kendall Jenner. I don't know. Well, she's a Scorpio, damn. And I'm not saying Scorpios are all that, because they're not. But there is, for some of them, depending also on their other aspects, because some of them can have a very mean, distasteful aura, but some of them can be very magnetic. And we've been talking about polarities and magnetism, earlier. You see how everything always comes back around and, makes a full circle and connects. So, yeah, Scorpios, and it's not just a sun in Scorpio, it can be a Venus in Scorpio, which is a very profound and powerful placement for Scorpio, might I add. It's the trine for that right now, because we got Venus in Pisces, and Venus in Scorpio would definitely trine that aspect that's currently abounding right now. Oh, Ross Clot. Makes sense that this shit would resurface. Okay. But I feel like there is something more to this, because it's not just this chick. If it's this chick, I'm still pulling on that candle energy. And what people gotta be careful. Yeah, gotta be careful not to mix shit up. And this, because I can really fuck with people's reputations. Because I already told y'all, he's still on Kendall. Maybe he's fooling around with this chick. I can't fully say blah blah, because like people feel like, oh, because I'm gifted, I should always know everything. I already told y'all, Venus in Pisces, you got to be careful with that energy. That's that Seven of Cups. That's also, I should say, that Seven of Cups. You got to be careful. Confusion. Because you may think it's that chick, and it's a different chick. I already told y'all last year who the fuck the chick was. It's Scandal. Blood clot. So even if he's fooling around with this chick now, it's not really serious. The one who is Psyche is, embedded in, or who's embedded, I should blood clot say, in his psyche is Kendall. The one who is supposedly Rihanna's arch nemesis. And that's why it's gonna be really fucked up, because she don't like Kendall, and that's the one. Yeah. Because it's better for her to think it's that other chick. But Kendall, oh my God, that's when she gonna lose that shit. She gonna lose it. Because we obviously see that she don't like the chick. We saw that side eye, that distasteful side eye they were given, Kendall. I mean, that bitch who came on, my channel defending Rihanna. Like, you be defending Rihanna. Like, is you getting paid to defend Rihanna? I don't understand how some of these people even waste their time, defending some of these people. Like, I'm not defending Kendall. I'm standing up for what's right. Like, why ain't anybody talking about, her and ASAP shading Kendall? and her rude, mentality, disposition, and energy towards Kendall, because it's apparent, from the past rolling on up. The fuck you hating on Kendall? So, and a lot of people, they try to rationalize their jealousy, with some mundane shit, trivial mundane shit, like, oh, cause she didn't work hard to get where she's at. Bitch, did you work fucking hard? You feel what I'm trying to say? Did you work hard? You be buying people's creative ideas and creativity, and you call that hard work. You didn't create or design any of those fucking shit. If you a man's mistress, he be paying you behind the table. He helped you to get to where you were, your music getting on the billboard, you winning, awards, because you had clout at that point where in which you could. And you got you a little food where you could pay people for their creativity, because a lot of that shit happens. And you think that's hard work? You think that's hard work? So how you be like hating on another bitch, and I try to stop another bitch food? Don't do that shit. She was born in that family because Spirit said she's supposed to be born in that family. She ain't the only one who be riding on family name, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm sure you want, when you have your children, you want your name to be good enough for them to get by in life. Oh, don't be hypocritical. You want your children to have the smoothest life ever. You don't want them to struggle like you. And so you would be so happy for your child to piggyback on your name through life, so they don't have to slave as supposedly hard as you did, if you did, or as your mama did. Let's put it like that. You feel what I'm trying to say? So a lot of people, they be hypocrites, and they try to rationalize jealousy with mundane reasoning. Because, like, I'm trying to use the right terminology, because I don't know how to, describe what the fuck they're doing, other than they're just hateful and jealous. So, like, nobody came to Kendall Jenner's rescue, because y'all be hating on her too. You so jealous as fuck. So, it is what it is. It fucking is what it fucking is. Okay, so, of course they're gonna pretend. But, like I said on another platform, if she continues with this BS, she gonna lose way more than she would lose if she, calls it quits and say it's a wrap. You feel what I'm trying to say? But sometimes bitches be trying to prove you wrong and only prove you right. So we just leave them to do what they think is right, because we're not here to decide for anybody or to tell anybody how to live their lives. You can just throw advices out there. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. You feel what I'm trying to say? But I know I'm right. And y'all will see the confirmations. Because guess what? Spirit will not be made a mockery of. Spirit is, I'm not saying Spirit is making everything happen, but Spirit's gonna shed light, and Spirit's shedding light on shit. Because a lot of times people, they try to prove the high priestess is wrong. They try to prove the spiritualist wrong. And only hurt themselves. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Okay? Don't hurt yourself. And that's where I come back around to the statement I seemingly started off with. You gotta learn how to lose to win. We all fucking lose. We're not all that invincible. You know, we're weak also. We're all susceptible to, failing and, being made a fool of. Lord knows I've had them experiences and probably still am. But, hey, life is for living. The more we try not to, be so perfect, though, is the smoother things will be for us. And the easier life will be for us overall. So just try not to be so perfect. Try to make the best decisions possible. But this shouldn't be, out of concern of how the public is going to perceive you. And this should be more to deal with how you will internally perceive your own self. How you will sleep at nighttime. Okay, no more casting of illusions. If you gotta tell a ninja it's a rap, motherfuckers, so if I can rap, lose to win.